Hello, I'm Ellen Steinbrink, and this is my presentation, $1 Million Babies. Now today I'm going to talk to you about the Friends negotiation between the cast members and NBC. I'm going to start by telling you the initial situation, and then I'm going to move on into exactly how each party was thinking, and I'm going to move into exactly how the negotiation was done, and then end it with exactly what happened for the conclusion. So to start in the initial situation, NBC had run Friends for 7 years, and the contracts were expiring because they were going from script to script, from season to season. There were exactly four scripts left in the remaining season, which means that the writers had to figure out whether they were going to actually write a season finale or a series finale. So their season 7 ratings actually were the best they've ever had, as they had taken a slow slump since the initial season. But according to several different newspapers, this was the best dialogue and the best season yet. They had 24.7 million viewers, which is 2 million more viewers than the next closest show on television. And network upfronts were due very soon. Now, network upfronts are when NBC or any company needs to broadcast to the advertisers exactly what their season finale is going, or exactly what their season schedule is going to look like. So to not have this show in their back pocket would be a huge letdown at the upfronts, and it could actually cost them a lot of marketing sales. So NBC's bargaining position. NBC's bargaining position was the $750,000 per cast member. Now this number had come from prior negotiations and is what the cast made for their previous season. Their bargaining position was also to guarantee an 8th season for Friends and to continue the syndicated payments. Now, syndication payments had already been negotiated currently, or in the past, with the Friends cast members. This means that they were already making money off of the reruns of their past appearances. But the continued syndication would mean that they would continue to get syndication on the reruns of all the 8th season episodes as well. Now, the cast bargaining position was they wanted to get paid $1 million an episode, which was $250,000 an episode more, and this is than their last season, and this is per cast member. This was also they wanted equal pay between all of them. They also wanted their 8th season guaranteed, and they also wanted the continued syndication. Now, NBC's underlying interests were that they needed a show to present to investors. They needed additional time for replacements, and they wanted to continue the fan base loyalty. This meant that they wanted to end the series on a good note that showed NBC in a good light, and they also wanted to have the time to make sure that they made the maximum amount of money when it came to contributions from advertisers. The cast's underlying interests were that they wanted job security, which meant another season. Their current job was very secure. They wanted another season of working together because they enjoyed working together so much that's why they also argued to get the same amount of pay. They wanted their continued fame, and they also wanted to end the show gracefully. They didn't want one person to leave the show and let it slowly kind of die off, or to not have a satisfying ending. Now there were backup plans that were brought from each one. NBC's backup plans were definitely less promising than the cast backup plans. Their backup plans would have been replacement shows, possible spin-off deals, which would have been very difficult for how the cast had banded together in this deal, or to just replace the cast, which would have succeeded in giving them more time, but definitely would have given them a bad light on their network. The cast's backup plans, the cast already had shown that they were interested in other things and that they were willing to go do other things, such as movies, other television shows, and other roles in the entertainment industry, such as directing or writing. Neutral criteria that was brought up. One of the most important things to know about this negotiation is that NBC is a publicly traded company, which means that all of their financials and all of their partners are available for everyone to view. So these cast members went in knowing exactly who they were working with financially. And the cast also had cast insider knowledge when it came to just the studio in general, which helped. Game theory. So how exactly did these 6 people manage to make the most in history when it came to just a half-an-hour television show? Well, according to Harvard's negotiation theories, one of the most important things they did was they made an anchor point, which means they understood the situation and they didn't try to negotiate from a higher amount. They said, we want the $1 million, and we know we were worth it. They also stuck together, which is key, because they understood that they could make more money together than they ever could separately, trying to negotiate their own salaries and getting picked off by the different negotiators within NBC. And they also used their continued and past relationships to let them know that they could be making more series with NBC, and they wanted to make sure that this was a positive experience. And they also used the fact that they could all make money together. NBC and them could both make more money than they could ever do separately. The outcome was Friends became Friends. Each individual cast member was able to make more money than anybody had ever made per half-hour show through direct payment. They had also been able to build a contract for 2 more seasons. These are my citations, and these are the citations for my images. Thank you very much.